What's it called? I just thought of like a really good idea, which is just use Rabbit and watch Sailor Moon, because that show has like a million messages in like one scene. It's there's so much to it. Sailor Moon, every episode, super. It's the most. It's the best anime. Straight up, it's just too good. Too good. Also, what's this? What's this? Oh yeah, that's what happens when you barely stream. Wait, what happened to Malcolm? Okay, let's. Is it just not plugged in? Let me check on that. Man, you don't understand, bro. Sailor Moon is a life show, okay? It could be whoever and get that show. That show is beautiful. Also, this song is amazing. It reminds me of this one other song. Ah, this is a mess. What is going on with this? Oh my god. Like, the thing about Elgato's webcam, which people don't understand, is like you have to configure this beforehand. If you do it after, it's gonna look horrible. Like, actually, it's so bad. No one talks about how bad that is. Okay, let's. I want like color, but not. Okay, let's go to. Okay, I guess we're doing this color. I don't care. And it always wants to like skin tone and like stuff like that, because this is more of like the other blue, but all the saturation is crazy how it works with the green screen. It's very like, it makes it more obvious to tell the difference between the colors, and it's like, nah, let's make it worse. I'm just like, what? That doesn't make sense. It should be easier for you. Like, I would say program it inside and then out. That's not, I don't know. It's so weird how they do that. Also, I need to fix this. Fixing stream on a stream. That's a good stream. Stream on a stream. Yo, what's up, Green? Roto. I think you already know that. Sup, Green. It's been a minute. This song. It's such a good song. It's so well done. Yeah, I finally changed my wallpaper to that, so that's nice. Okay. Okay, what should we watch on YouTube? I'll put some League of Legends, my dude. I hope you're doing. Yeah, I'm doing good. I could never get into League so bad. It was like, I don't understand the appeal. And some of the people I know that play like every day, and there was like, okay, I don't get it. Do you understand the appeal? And he was like, nah, man, I didn't understand the appeal to this game. I just grind it so I get good. And that's literally it. And like, I can play with friends. That's the only thing. I was just like, what? Are you serious? Like, wow. So I'm wondering like how many people are just there professionally and just get good. It's like, oh, okay, I'll just keep playing. But it's like a different type of enjoyment. Fam, save. I can't deal with. Ooh. Nah, I can't do it. I can't do it. That's just. That's too much, man. Oh, it's so good. This. It's not even high quality. Oh, the transition with the visuals. Clapping really helps with this music. People don't use it enough. Like clapping, oh. That's like one of the best noises you can do for lo-fi. The music mixed with his tone just works perfectly. Like, just make that, it's a better lo-fi song if you literally just put this in the background. Like the transition and everything just combines. It's like, whoa. It's so great. Just how it changes. Huh. Star plant? What's star play movies? Okay, that would be on like Rabbit or whatever. 22. Why don't they do that? Just take famous speeches, put lo-fi music in the background, make it go together conveniently, post it. So much. That's a genius idea. It's like some parts it's like he's singing or something. I don't know. It goes so well with lo-fi. Trump. Watch that become a meme, because they, like in Japan, how they have the Gangnam Donald Trump, that video for It's like advertising. It's like that, but lo-fi music form. It's basically the same thing. Ah, that's genius. I'm a genius. Well, yeah. You didn't know this? Like, this is self-explanatory. Why? It's not even. He talks so slow, it goes perfect with the music. People just need to make, because I know some people have done it before and really old recordings of someone, and it worked perfectly. Like, those songs get big. So it's like, why don't you literally just put two things together and make it that? It's obvious. Because, like, you don't have to sing or, like, do any work. You just talk very slowly. Because when you talk slowly with the music, it just works. You know, it's like that type of simple aesthetic where you're able to that and get away with it. Because, like, that's the whole point of that genre. Like, what's the pretty part? But it's like you cheat it instantly. It's obvious. That's the thing, though. It's like you don't do a freestyle. You listen to Trump on the music, him talking. You literally just give speeches, put lo-fi music with it, and you're done. Why is no one doing that? It's such a good idea. Because people like that lo-fi. And sometimes lo-fi gets so boring you need vocals. I know. It's so. Why hasn't chat is disabled for this live stream? Ah, it's great. Ah, it's great. So well done. Just make speeches with lo-fi, make sure it's on beat. Just speak at a certain tone, like rhythm. Just do that, keep going, and then just make lo-fi a simple beat. You're done. It's like making the perfect version of this. That would be smart.
My administration has acted decisively to confront the world's leading state sponsor of terror, the radical regime in Iran. It is a radical regime. They do bad, bad things to ensure this corrupt dictatorship never acquired nuclear weapons. I withdrew the United States from the disastrous.
That's the thing, bro. So that's the thing. If you do hip hop, that ruins it. What the? Oh, might be.
And last fall we put in place the toughest sanctions ever imposed by us.
Basically, I was saying, it's like if you do hip hop on it, it doesn't work because you're already thinking hip hop, and you're just like, But if you just do something very different, just talking, it works better than doing freestyle. Right? It's just far superior. I don't think people are realizing that. It's like they want to do that thing, but it's like, fam, you literally do the simplest thing and be successful. Like, there's still beauty in it. It's a shortcut, and you figure out the like genre based off that shortcut. That's the thing. It's like, it still works if you don't sing. You know, if you don't do a freestyle, if you just do like a speech, it works perfectly. Like, you have to put no effort, and it has a super simple nostalgic appeal. You know, you just win in that front. That's why you listen to old songs, it's like, oh, I really like the way they sound. It's like a cool accent, you know. I guess it would be hardcore, but it would be like Jaden Smith. I think that's why. Okay, that's why I like Jaden, because he's doing that idea. Jaden's taking like either lo-fi or like very slow hip hop and just talking over it, and it still works. Like those parts is like that aesthetic is very very appealing. I feel like that's gonna be the next genre. Like it's big. Because there's so much like in your face, but if you go back, it's like, oh, that's cool, that's untapped. So if you get that audience, people will most likely go to it. Jaden Smith is good. Such a good artist. What? That would be such a weird thing. Jump speeches and lo-fi. That doesn't make any sense. I feel like a lot of people are trying to. People did what I'm talking about. They just didn't do the full song or something. They played a good majority, so it's still really good. Ah, that's good. Ooh. Ooh, that's a really good. Ooh, that's good. That's quality. Wait, the White House only has 1 million subscribers? What? I don't get it. It's the White House. But everyone just goes on CNN, everything's like, nah, just watch the actual speeches. Not opinion, just watch the speeches so you get the full story, and everything's on YouTube. So it's like, why do people go see all these different opinions? Like, make it similar to theirs, but it's like, at the same time, just don't do it at all, so you form your own and you're purely independent. Like, you tap into that creativity. Like, not even creativity, it's like who you are, and not being controlled by that. So you have to think about that. Straight how it is, that's it, just raw. Because when you put like tints and colors and shades in it to make it different, it's like you become worse because you don't truly develop yourself. Like reading reviews is like we got so used to everything, but it's like same time you just look at screenshots, right, or a video, just gameplay, and you're like, oh, I like it, and that's it. You shouldn't be all reviews and all opinions, so like, because they can just rack out all indie games and not give a shot. You know, it's like, just make it that whoever has interest in coming to play and review it, they do it. That's it. Because they don't get burnt out because there's so many different stuff. And like explaining that's like, hey, you should do that too. Because no one's doing that. No one's doing. It's literally brainwashing. Like anyone who cuts the video, anyone admits it's like they're controlling the movie of the narration. That's what editing is. That's why people edit. So it's like when you edit just normal real life facts, or like what they're actually saying, not opinions, but just straight up very different understanding. Because you get all the sides, you know, you're like straight down the middle. When you decide on that, that's affecting how you are. Why does Donald Trump go with the Okay, I'm gonna change the name again. I think I'm gonna change it because I thought of the idea. I was like, oh, I'm gonna change it because like now I understand that. The music itself, it's like that edited CNN does, right? It's like for videos, like they make it very easy, very to understand, like bland, like in your face. It doesn't matter. You don't have to make it up your imagination. You get that high quality. So when you go back from visual, just audio, that how they do the beats and the notes, that makes its own narration. And that's like, it makes you have a deeper understanding of what's going on, because you're actually working for it, you're actually trying with it for music. That's all my video. Audio is way more than video. And people forget that, man. They want it in your face. Imagine just listening to like a whole entire script for a movie. But just make it audio things like what you can imagine happening, you know, just based off, and the narrator saying what's going on, like a book. Have the different type of music for different type of what effects you want going on.
From across this magnificent republic, you have come
it's a better understanding of that, because when you understand that better, you understand self better. Because if everything's in your face and that's what you understand, you're never gonna understand deeper. That's what technology and like screens and everything is on, which is really, really bad. But yeah, if you just go back and actually understand things, boom, we're done. Like, we just become better. Yeah, go back to get better. People forgot that. We got too far. You had to go back, like, at least once in a while, to figure out. How does he have the speech on beat? I don't understand it. That's crazy. Planes. Wait, are they talking about planes? I don't even know what they're talking about. What are they? Are they talking about planes? I don't understand.
Defined by our differences, or whether we
I,
dare
I'm so confused.
transcend them,
Oh, I don't understand what you guys are talking about planes.
whether we squander our great
I don't know what that is. I'm Oh, they did plane. Oh my, I remember the first planes ad I saw. Never got into it. Like, I was like, no. And like, I never understand. They make 4? They only made like Cars 3. Like, that was the latest one, wasn't it? So I don't. They want to get. Okay, now you're doing dumb stuff. Okay, stop. Actually, stop that. Me. No, stop. I'm done. You're not getting that. I'm done. That's just no. No, that makes me upset.
That link us together as citizens, as neighbors, as patriots. This is our future, our fate, our choice to make.
Why is every word he's saying going with the beat perfectly? I don't understand.
No matter the challenges to come, we must go forward together. We must keep America first in our hearts.
Why? Anytime the beat changes, he so goes on perfect. He does, but if you mix calm voices and talking mixed with lo-fi,
One nation
then you win. You win the market.
must be the hope and the promise and the light and the glory among all.
Just do like a freestyle, but just talk it. Don't like freestyle it.
Thank you, God bless you. And God
That's all
bless
you do.
America.
It's so obvious. Why aren't people living it? I should probably do that. But like, yo, bro, let's make this, and he would produce it, but like pay him for that, and then get the ad revenue. Or I don't. Someone does it. I don't know. Like, imagine if like Aurora made his beats, his lo-fi beats, and then someone just did a speech over it. Like doing like talk. Oh my god. So basically, I do these type of talks, or like figuring stuff out, and like what things are and stuff like that. What I see, and I'm thinking about. You just put that over lo-fi, and you make that into a song or like a video, whatever. It's crazy. And like if we're like, yo, let me just do this on the beat, or like someone will pay for it. I'm pretty sure I would pay, he would put on the channel. Or something like that, I don't know. So like I would be on the tracks, but it would work very well because it's lo-fi. That would be crazy. It's crazy. I figure out the concept. I want to try him put wrong. Stop with the point. I'm done. And it's not. No. I'm just gonna ignore chat on that. And it's like I don't want to. Talking very slow, and it's my phone. It's like, I don't know, it's like you make it so you just talking and just like talk calmly, so it did what Trump did, and you're done. Like Trump hits the perfect amount. What? Pogo's good, man. Good stuff. Okay, where's... So I'm assuming this is all done now. Yeah. I don't know what to watch. Yeah. Okay, let's try let's go. Mix these two things together, you're done. Who would have thought? Ginger, wouldn't that be great? Just this combination of audio, and you're done.
United States of America was suddenly enthused.
Is this gonna be what's his face? Yep. He knows how to give speeches. He knows what he's doing. It does fit. Exactly, World War II. You just do that, and you're done. Imagine just get a guy with that voice, you know, like that old-fashioned voice, and you're like, yo, just read it, like, I'll pay you this much just for the audio. Like, you just reading it. So you pay someone to do that. You pay someone for the music, or you do it, and you mix it together. It's genius. Because think about how much speeches they gave between like all the wars and all of that. Like Kevin took like there's so many speeches and good millions of. What do you mean? It's a good combo.
In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence.
Like you don't have to hear what they're saying, their tone. And that's all that matters. You just say random words, but you have to have that voice.
And will persist. We must never let the weight of this combination endanger our liberty or democratic process.
Perfect combo.
That any of us would exchange places with any other people
Exactly, that's it.
or any other generation. The energy, the faith,
That's like, it's genius. If you get someone with 5 speeches and someone in the other way around.
And the glow from that fire can truly light the world. And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. My fellow citizens of the world, ask not what America will do for you, but what together we can do for the freedom of man. And there are even a few who say that it's true that communism is an evil system, but it permits us to make economic progress. Lass sie nach Berlin kommen. All free men, wherever they may live, are citizens of Berlin. And therefore, as a free man, I take pride in the word, Ich bin ein Berliner. I have a dream. My 4 little children.
I'm telling let's go, or like what I'm thinking about. It's like, yo, I think I got this.
I have a dream today. Let freedom ring, and when this happens, when we allow freedom to ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able
could do jazz too. You always win. It always works. This formula always works. People have done it before. But we stopped doing it for some reason. It was like a very old trend. Super old. It's such a good trend. And people just forgot about it. So it's a perfect reboot. Seriously, job trends. Very easy to perfect trends. Very awkward.
To know that there is still madness in this world.
Oh, this is retro.
There are cities to be built, and there's a world to be
Why
had.
it's so ooh.
Yet, we do what we must. I am hopeful, and I will try with best
It's
I
so
can
good.
with everything I've got to end this battle and to return our sons to their
That's
desire.
no jazz. They know what they're doing with that.
Yet, as long as others will challenge America's security and test the dearness of our beliefs with fire and steel,
Okay, maybe late.
or see the promise of 2 centuries coming.
It's weird. It's like if you think of your habits, right? Like what you do, everything you. If you replicate something like more animal, you know, like let's say your girl gets like stuff in her throat, and there's like the like hot and your taste whatever after. So you think that, and you think birds, right? Like giving birds being children, you know, it's like that. When you do that, it's like you kind of go back in time because top boxes like one like, taste or whatever. You have one taste and it's like food. Every time it's like you taste food, and it's like colors and everything, how it happened, and like how it came up, how it came up, and stuff like that. No, it's like going back to like what they did at that time, kind of based off one idea. Maybe. Okay. So basically it was you have a taste, you have a taste is better if you have a smell, some sense, right? You kind of think of it. No, you have to do touch, taste, or smell. And with those senses, you can go back and like think of ideas like, oh, what does it smell like that? How did they get that? How did you come? You know, it's like you're going in off of one idea and just branching out like infinitely into all these ideas. And like origin story, make it very simplistic. But then you make that, get the perfect spot, make it into like a TV show or something.
But we have to make an effort in the United States. We have to make an effort to understand.
But if we did that for people,
Go beyond these rather difficult times.
that would be interesting. It's like you understand how everything in your mind works and how generational, like how evolution happened, and how we think. and do things this way. So when you go back and think of all the previous stuff, like some parts you learn a lot more, but like who you are over stuff you didn't really understand because you were born like that. So you go back and with logic and knowledge, you do that, and it's like, oh, you can get back to that and fix yourself in a different type of way because you go back and fix everything. Well, it's like your soul is. It's weird. It's crazy.
Feeling of justice toward those who still suffer within our country, whether they be white or whether they be black.
It's crazy. That's how we fix ourselves as beings. Sometimes you have to figure out like how everything happened in the first place in yourself over evolution, and the past tells you what the evolution was, or hints based off the people in history. So when you combine that, that's when it becomes big. That's that sweet spot where you're just like, okay, I understand everything in life. For myself, everything is like doing everything fluid and perfectly with execution.
Will be sworn in as president at that hour in this office.
Today is a day for mourning and remembrance. Nancy and I are bringing to the court the tragedy of the shuttle challenge. We know we share this pain with all the people of our country. This is truly a national loss. We've never had a tragedy like this. And perhaps we've forgotten the courage it took for them.
I like banana peppers and mushrooms.
The faith, challenge yourself.
I see what you're saying. Oh, mushrooms. Do you know what's good? Banana peppers and pineapple. And that pepper. And I don't know, it's like the mixture of these two of them is really big. Jeez, I'm trying to do a keto diet. I'm doing kind of bad, but it's like because we don't have any meat or anything. I'm just like, I need to like work stuff to maintain, you know, like the build up. So it's like that. It's like the timing. Yeah, I'm gonna try keto because my friend dropped a ton of weight, like super fast. He just dropped everything. I was like, what? Like, I like just eating meat, nuts, and veggies all day. Like, that's fine. Like, I'm fine with that.
Secretary Gorbachev, if you seek peace,
Why does this music go together?
for the Soviet Union and Eastern Europe, if you seek liberalization, come here to this gate. Mr. Gorbachev, open this gate.
Oh my god. Why does this audio go with music every single... It's beautiful. I think that's what people were trying to do when they were perfecting speech, so it becomes like a song. You know, it's like they did as much as they can do, and it's like we want music and instruments behind that. It's the perfect mixture, because that's what speeching is in this way. It's trying to make it into like a musical understanding by rhythm, and make it very easy to understand by how they talk. Back then they did it perfectly. You take that with lo-fi music, that's very easy to understand. It works perfectly together with what their efforts are and why people listen to them and why they enjoy them. Boom, you get that whole market. Those two very separate markets, big markets. Take them all. It's genius. I get that one.
So much prosperity and social progress. So little internal crisis, so few external threats. Never before have we had such a blessed opportunity. And therefore, it's a profound
Nothing. One.
build a more perfect union of our foundation. We began the new century.
I'm confused now. Yeah, they literally remade it. In lo-fi music, you just combine the two stuff together. That's all you do. Very simple. Just find Capricorn lo-fi, take all those, put it in, slap it, boom, you're done. That's how you get it, like, super big. It's the new edit. Combine two things very different. Really? That's the thing, is like no one makes that into, like, people like me can do this right now, right? Putting the two songs together. But it's like, why don't just share that for everyone? Like, that's so obvious. So just make that, boom, you're done.
Let there be no doubt. While I strongly disagree with the court's decision, I accept it. I accept the finality of this outcome, which will be ratified next Monday in the Electoral College. And tonight, for the sake of our unity as a people and the strength of our democracy, I ask you my consent.
It's crazy. If you ever take a water, wait, they have a water on a plane. Why would you do that? I just, like, you can, but it's like, no, and why? Like, people can be doing this already, but no one's making that into a media. That's immediate. No, Smash, I'll let you. I can update my Switch right now because hacks. So in like a week I can. Not right now. I'm trying to get better with NES though. I'm trying to do the downbeat tech, because downbeat, like, it moves you and stalls you and like does crazy stuff. Like, it's very weird move for mobility. It's like, I want to figure out how to use that, because I saw this one player in Chicago do it, and it's phenomenal. Like, let me show you. Was this ultimate? No. I might go to this tournament. I'm like thinking about it. This game. Like, just don't put audio with them in it. No. You keep this, and do this at the same time. Component all three together. Boom.
To those who would tear the world down, we will defeat you.
Oh, I know what the next music platform is, and video. Oh my god, I'm a genius. Combine visual, have a message, a speech, whatever, but when they clap and when they don't clap, and when you accentuate, it's like when you get hit or when someone dies or something, like cheering them on, stuff like that. It's like you put that sound effects and make a perfect speech and everything perfectly, and then boom, it goes with the gameplay and what's going on. You get the effects by other people, and you get what they envisioned when they were speaking. You get all three combined. It's the ultimate platform. I know. Just have the whole thing. Sample it so it's better with the game. You're done.
This election had many firsts and many stories that will be told for generations, but one that's on my mind tonight is about a woman who cast her ballot.
Like, you just mix that together. Boom, you're done. Like, these amazing beats with this speech. Boom. That's all you're doing. Then you can try to mix it with video and like have the effects and everything perfectly synced with creativity, but it's like if you don't do that perfectly, it's gonna look horrible. Yeah, it's like very hard execution, but when you do, you win. Like, you're guaranteed. It's like Apple. Like, it's like you do that and it's like, okay, you're good for a while.
I think about all that she's seen throughout her century in America. The heartache and the hope. The struggle.
Give a speech while watching Smash, whatever, and having lo-fi all together.
And the people who pressed on with that American
And like the sound effects is what happens in the game. So it's like 3 layers of editing.
silenced and their hopes dismissed. She lived
Or more like 2 layers of editing, but still. And boom, it's good.
Yes, we can. When there was
like you mix the tone and what they're talking about, like the seriousness, with the pressure in the game. You know, it's like you do all these super creative edits based off just what's going on. So you try and give it a story. Boom.
And tyranny threatened the world. She was there to witness a generation rise to greatness. And a democracy.
Not doing that. No, that's just bad. See, if you do it too much, then it becomes bad. If you keep it simple, 24/7, you win.
The hoses in Birmingham, a bridge in Selma, and a
This Game & Watch is the best, I think, in the world, in Japan or something like that. Or like he came to Chicago, he got second in one tournament only. He did so many tournaments, like super good. So he's gonna lose, but it's like he was staying his own for a good amount of time.
and this year,
Like Nez can still bring it,
she touched her
even if it's super bad matchup.
cast her vote. Because after 106 years in America, through the best of times and the darkest of hours, she knows how America can change. Yes, we can.
It's so good.
We have done so
Shit.
far. We have seen so much, but there's so much more to do. So tonight, let us ask ourselves, if our children should live to see the next century, if my daughters should be so lucky to live as long as Ann Nixon Cooper, what change will they see? What progress will we have made? This is our chance to answer that call. This is our moment. This is our time to put our people back to work and open doors of opportunity for our kids, to restore prosperity and promote the cause of peace, to reclaim the American dream and reaffirm that fundamental truth that out of many we are one, that while we breathe, we hope, and where we are met with cynicism and doubt, and those who tell us that we can't, we will respond with that timeless creed that sums up the spirit of a people. Yes, we can. Thank you. God bless you. And may God bless the United States of America.
To gain some historical perspective on 2016, let's look back at the previous 13 presidential elections.
Okay, nah, I don't want this. Nah, fam, I want speeches. I want speeches. I don't want this. Oh yeah, I kind of want that one. Whatever, let's just do this one. YouTube game. Wait, why are you not in YouTube gaming? Why would I be on YouTube gaming? I don't understand what you're talking about. That isn't that closed down? Anyway, this format's amazing.
Barack Obama in 2004 was totally unknown. People were saying, I don't know who this guy is. I wonder why they picked him.
You have to mix it perfectly. You make a story, you give a speech, whatever, to the perfect tone. You don't get details like people or stuff like that. It's like very ambiguous speech, right? Just talk. And you make that set the mood because you're getting super simple. Or it's like, oh, I can imagine different stuff that go with it. When you make it more simple, your mind gets more creative on it. So you get that perfect layer of all of them at the simplest form, so you get people into it more. And like that type of content, it's like seeds, you know? And then when you do that, it's like, ooh, you will have the ultimate content platform.
Oh, he's just like us.
I know they'll make it super simple. So like anyone can understand, like you can brain that and understand. And then you put imagination on it, you think about it, your own style, with the visuals, and the music, and the lo-fi sound. So it's like when you combine that at the simplest form, it's like, oh, I really get, I can imagine the situation, I can feel how they're feeling with empathy, just based off the situation when you're saying what people are doing. At its simplest form of every different content that became there. The big audio content, the big visual content. Lo-fi is being super big now. So if that wins, you're combining all of them, and that's it. You're done. You already got it.
That we're all connected as one people. If there is a child on the south side of Chicago who can't read, that matters to me even if it's not my child. If there's a senior citizen somewhere who can't pay for their prescription drugs and having to choose between medicine and the rent, that makes my life poor even if it's not my grandparent. It is that fundamental belief I am my brother's keeper. I am my sister's keeper. That makes this country work.
Afro, you know, that's great. Oh, okay. He was aware. I thought he wasn't aware. I'm like, oof, that would be bad. Combine all content in simplest form.
Well, I say to them tonight, there is not a liberal America
Genius.
and a conservative America.
It's genius.
The United States of America.
Why aren't people doing it? Also, Retro's in here?
Obama was born with two gifts. One is his mind, and the other is his ability to speak to large groups of people.
There are three things that Obama does that really makes that speech effective.
Do that. See if it works. It probably will. And then get that done and make it visual.
The use of repetition and structure to show contrast.
But you just make the visuals go very well. That's the only thing. You have to put some edit. You know what I mean? Like the song wise, not visual. Yeah, how like when they were saying like the people, it's great. That's the thing, you have two. This is what you do if you're doing fighting games. You have to have two people, one from each side, one's expression of what they're feeling and everything. Put that base, so who gets hit and who hits. So you put that with their actions into like a narrative, them talking like their personalities or everything when they're playing the game, what they're going through, like story wise, not just like oh what everything your character. It's like no, you give them a backstory and everything every single time. Boom, you're done. That's it. You have two people for each person. So it switches from which one, like what they feel, like how they see the world and how they experience life. And it's like you keep talking about different people experience different what they're feeling in life with the lo-fi with this, and you put it with Smash. Because like with Smash, right? It's like you want to watch Smash content, obviously, but it's like you're adding so much of your new content. You will still stand alone and like, oh, I really like this dude. It's like putting the perfect amount of effort. Genius. Or like you make one person talk about one thing, but it's like the different tones he has, like if it's happy, if it's sad, that kind of you can put in the characters too as well, based off who's winning, who's losing, and like hope and everything. That in itself becomes its own story. You just make it into a story with what they're saying. And you say what you were thinking. You know, like that was the original point of Smash. Like, oh, it's like it's a plaything. It's like you're actually like talking about the story. Like you're a kid, you know, you just do that. Boom, you're done. That or just speeches, and that's like easy. Like you have to put creativity, you still get a bunch of views and content, whatever. But then when you go to the creative route, it's like that's the next level. It's like okay, it's really hard now to keep up. You know, because they actually put effort in this super dead brain, like brain dead formula, and go to the next version of it. So it's like you win both markets because you already know what to do and you're just practicing to get better. So you're always ahead of anyone that wants to copy because they don't know the next vision of it.
This is someone who walked into office faced with multiple crises. Each one of them could sink the country. But he was always calmer than the rest of us.
From his first days in office, the difficult choices he made as president would not only shape the country's future, but reveal the character of the man.
This is an economy right now.
And Senor, man, I don't know about that one, Chief. And Senor, bad echo. This is genius, my guy. This is genius. I'm not playing Smash right now. No. Don't see. Come on, little Chew. I can, like, my NES has been getting better. Like, even though I can't go online, I've been practicing.
But at the end of the day, there was only one man in that room who had to make the decision, and all eyes were on him.
Everybody, Democrats, Republicans, do not rescue the automobile industry.
No, that wasn't finished.
Questions that the president asked again and again and again had to do with how many jobs would be lost. Whenever folks were arguing about numbers and politics, he was.
I want to see how good. I want to see like how good NESs are in tournament. This is like where I'll place if I go in.
Every night, he's up until 2 o'clock.
See, it's like that downbeat tech is really interesting.
That's what he's doing after the girls go to bed.
People always do like super down, not to the side, and then do the second one. I guess it's to play safe, but it's also like, who's actually gonna predict that? Like, yeah, it's lazy, but it's like, it's a good mix up.
Didn't care about the politics. He weighed the politics like any politician would. But at the end of the day, he was always willing to lose.
Like, if you just watch your favorite character and like listen to it, it's like they're viewing off the story, like what's going on and what their experience. It's like you're taking different understandings of stories and playing to one through your imagination. Wait, Foe's the business? Like, the guy I was watching before was the best in my area.
He knew there would be somewhere between 10 and 30 million people who would not.
Yeah, they really do.
Millions of people were being discriminated against.
Winners
by
final.
insurance companies.
Ooh.
You have people more worried about the politics of it than what's right and what's wrong. I want you to think about the millions.
Like, Ness is good, man. People are sleeping on Ness.
He's thinking to himself, if I decide not to push forward, what do I say to all those people who came up to me with tears in their eyes?
He plays just like me. Why would you do up to? Oh my god! Like some of the stuff pro people do, because like they try to optimize moves, which are just, like they're not good. Stop making bad moves trying to work in the middle. Like, fam, simple way will win it. Chill. Like people are trying way too hard in that area in Smash. I feel like that's the downfall, and people like overdo that. That down B like side move is so weird. Like it moves you like. It's not a lot, but it still moves you significantly. So, like, people should just do that twice on purpose, because it gives you, as the player, easier, like, understand where you're going, because you're used to moving the joystick, and you hit the people that try and come at you. It's like, it's a little bit more risky, but no one's actually gonna read that. Like, yes, that's what you're gonna do. Because if you try to do everything perfect in the tournament thing, people are going to expect that. So you cover that expectation. You read the read based off the community and like what they value. And boom, you're done. That's how you outsmart the outsmart. And boom. It's very obvious.
Shooting at a school in Newtown. This is the Sandy Hook Elementary School. Reports of a shooting at a nightclub in Orlando.
This is great.
I walk into the Oval. His head is down, and he hands me the speech, and he doesn't look up at me. He was too emotional.
He wanted to ban assault weapons. He wanted to limit magazines.
That's the thing, like up B, it's like, okay, I see what they're doing, but it's like, I don't know, I always feel like it's bad. Just wait for them to come to you, because like you have priority being down there. I don't understand, like, why do people try and go the extra and like do that stuff? It's like, no, when they're falling to the ground, that's where you get them, because that's the fast, good air mobility. All those areas have stupid range. People aren't doing that right. It's so easy, like you're literally doing less work and getting a better result. I don't get it. That's like when you outsmart the other one. It's like you figure out easier solutions. People need to do that.
In the most powerful country on the planet, and I can't do anything to erase what just happened.
We gather here in memory of 20 beautiful children and 6 remarkable adults. They were mothers and fathers. They were husbands and wives, sisters and brothers, sons and daughters.
Like how he talks in like big part and smaller ones. How his face and expression, the translation behind that, like what they're using. It's very smart way to, like if you were to make that connection, you know, it's like you play that story, you play that narrative based off this, like what's going on different people's personalities. So it's like what Smash was originally meant to be, and no one understood it, like in that intimate level. But like you kind of get what like Sakurai's goal was with Smash, like his imagination behind all of it.
He asked us to believe.
Like, this helps you imagine Smash more, just by having these two things together on top of.
He kept fighting to move us forward.
There's a temperament associated with being president that he uniquely has. His eyes always fixed on long-term successes.
When Pig and they was saying that for long, you know, just like, oh, when you said something and goes very well with what's happening on screen, you make a speech based off, like, let's say a Smash matchup, and just like a speech, and just have it when every time you say something, it's like what's going on in a more interpersonal, more deeper level of understanding, because you're combining those two things together, very obvious and very simplistic. And it's like, oh, and I'm imagining, you know, like understanding this as well, and like it adds to it. It makes you actually think about the content immediately. When you think about things, you like it more. So like people will come back because like, oh my god, that's great content. Done. Why aren't people doing it? Why aren't people doing it? I don't think Paris or anything, just give like a normal like motivational speech. You know, like something like that.
He has this deep conviction that at big moments when we need to, we can still come together as a country, and that out of a long political darkness, a brighter day will come.
From the Supreme Court, we have read from the bench, there is a right to marriage equality. I repeat.
I think that's what commentators are trying to do. That kind of makes sense. What commentary does is like with music and lo-fi, it goes very well together. So like imagine D1, but just instead of Smash music, it's lo-fi, and so does claps and like background effects, but it's still the commentators, and it's like they are editing everything so quickly, and just like you can make like AI with machine learning just figure out exactly what you're saying, or you're trying to message with, like pressing a button, like just understand it's like boom, okay, I'm gonna do this, and like have that effect on it with the audio. So you make it automatic lo-fi music with effects based off what you're seeing and what you're talking about. Like you program all these things, and you can make it do it by itself. You can automate this process of content, and it'll be huge. That's insane. That's genius. Why aren't people doing it? People are like, they're getting at it with commentating, but it's like, come on, finish it, make it perfect, and that's the perfect version of it.
When we went to Illinois nearly 2 years ago to do a story on a young, charismatic senator named Barack Obama, it wasn't
because you don't even give specifics, you just make a story with not that much details, and it's like very simple, because that's how lo-fi is, and then make that with Smash. So it's like not like, oh, he's forward or he's back there, it's like what they're kind of feeling as players and what they're thinking and experiencing based off their playstyle and what how they're playing the game. So it's like you talk about the player's mentality to the game itself, what they're doing, because that's harder to do, that's more impressive. You mix that with lo-fi music, that's even more impressive. Like that's like the next level of good quality content that like the best commentators do. You add that on top, boom, you're done. That's it. People are, that's the next level of content.
Barack Obama, a first-term senator with 2 years of national political experience, planned to announce his candidacy for president the following day.
3 years ago, you were a state legislator here in Springfield. What makes you think that you're qualified to be president of the United States?
You know, I think we're in a moment of history where probably the most important thing we need to do is to bring the country together. And one of the skills that I bring to bear is being able to pull together the different strands of American life and focus on what we have in common.
You don't have any doubts that you're ready?
No.
Where do you get all this confidence?
My wife asks me that all the time. He sat at this desk and...
As he gave us a tour of the building where Abraham Lincoln served in the legislature and delivered the House Divided speech, there was much for Obama to be confident about. At age 45, he was one of only 3 black senators since Reconstruction, the first African-American president of the Harvard Law Review, a professor of constitutional law at the University of
Talking with
Chicago,
that was good.
and the author of 2 best-selling books.
Those streams were good.
This is a campaign banner?
This is a campaign banner.
And he was just audacious enough to invite comparisons to one of the few American presidents who was elected with even less political experience than he had.
And he grew into the presidency in ways that I think nobody would have anticipated.
We had first met him the week before at the winter meeting of the Democratic National Committee in Washington. It was, in the parlance of politicos, a cattle call, an opportunity for all 10 Democratic
Wait, what's the song? This
to
isn't...
make their pitch to the movers and shakers.
Oh, they just took a beat from another song and made a copyright free.
Obama's reception
Thanks.
was warm.
I'm pretty sure. I'm like
Rising
99%.
young star, but it was a tough room.
There is no stopping us. Join me.
Most of those in attendance were already committed to Senator Hillary Clinton or John Edwards, and Obama's candidacy was not yet taken seriously, at least by the party establishment.
What a
So nice to see you. How are you? How are you? How are you?
But it was a much different story later that afternoon on the campus of George Mason University in the
That's great.
Virginia suburbs,
That's great.
where Obama held his first campaign rally just 2 weeks after establishing an exploratory presidential committee.
Our staff had nothing to do with organizing this. These kids organized it.
The music just goes with the speech out.
It was our first
Just talk about the minor players mixed with lo-fi. Make sure the algorithm, you have dials, right? And you just change the mood of the beat, right? Like the beat, you know the beat, standard. The effects that change the tone and the mood, because lo-fi is very simple. You just flip the switch, happy or sad, like very simple in the levels. You just keep doing that and you talk. And give the speech on top of that. With what's going on, it's like your reaction, and you're doing instant reactions, and you're also doing creativity and like trying to understand what's going on in your ideas. So it's like you mix all those together with commentary. Boom, you're done. Next content.
But here's the thing, young people, it doesn't bend on its own.
On its own, and then like he kills, it's like that crazy, like boom, very powerful at the end when someone gets killed, and that's when the speech is over. It's like you time everything perfectly. So it's like when you're predicting if he kills or not, it's like you have to give that speech on the fly, like what's going on. So it's like you mix all these things perfectly. It's kind of hard when you say it's perfect. Boom, you're done. Like it's kind of hard in the game, but like it's better for you creative wise.
It was not a problem he
Let's
encountered
burn
in
out.
the U.S. Senate, whereas the junior senator from Illinois, he was
Because like you're,
88.
I guess you'll get burned out, but it's like, I don't know, you're using a lot all the time, so I don't know how if you'll easily or get used to it. It's very dependent on the situation and the person.
About priorities.
Frustrated by the ways of Washington and concerned about being co-opted or compromised, he decided that this was his moment to make the move.
I want to read you a quote from the St. Petersburg Times. Obama needs more than one Senate term to qualify for the presidency of the United States. The world is too complex and dangerous for this likable, charismatic African-American neophyte to practice on-the-job training.
Man, me and Afro are gonna do a stream soon.
Why not? You know, the truth is I'm not. We have no window.
Because like all this stuff, it's like talking about.
10 years from now,
it'll be great.
We may not be in a position to recover the sense of respect around the world that we've lost over the last 6 years. Certainly when you look at our energy policy and environment and the prospects of climate change, we've got to make some decisions right now. And so I feel a sense of urgency for the country.
There were all sorts of things that mitigated his chances for success, not the least of which was race. His father was a black man from Kenya, his mother a white woman from Kansas, and he spent his formative years living with his maternal grandparents in Hawaii. A black child in a white family, he struggled with his racial identity.
If you look African American in this society, you're treated as an African American. And when you're a child in particular, that is how you begin to identify yourself.
How important is race in defining yourself?
I am rooted in the African American community, but I'm not defined by it. I am comfortable in my racial identity, but that's not all I am.
You think the country's ready for a black president?
Yes.
You don't think it's going to hold you back?
No.
So I talked to so in the group chat after, it was like people thought I was going crazy when I was talking about positivity stuff like G-string, and then I was like, the reason behind that is like everyone's used to negativity, no one's used to being positive. When you be positive, people are like, there's no way that's possible. They start doubting because they fear what they don't know. And it's like, no, if you truly understand and become that, you really understand everything better. So it's like you're being, if you perfect it at a certain level, you can make it so everyone can get to that level and understand what's going on. So it's like they can see the route, they can see the goal. Because if you're already at the end, it's like, okay, like it's, yeah, it's very different, but it's like if you make it relatable but also help everyone, that's perfect. That's what everyone needs to do.
One of the tenets of his campaign. But support was slow in coming from the African American community, where some dismissed him as the son of an immigrant, not a descendant of slaves.
There are African Americans who don't think that you're black enough, who don't think that you have had the required experience.
The truth of the matter is, you know, when I'm walking down the south side of Chicago and visiting my barber shop and playing basketball in some of these neighborhoods, those aren't questions I get asked.
They think you're black.
As far as they can tell. I also notice when I'm catching a cab, nobody's confused.
Oh.
As a consequence.
He would make lasting political friendships here that would help him later in his career. But after 3 years as a community organizer, Obama enrolled at Harvard Law School. And through a summer program with a Chicago law firm, he met Michelle Robinson, another Harvard Law School grad, who was assigned to look after him.
You were his mentor.
I was, yeah. I was his boss. No, I was a first-year associate at Sidley and Austin, and he was a first-year summer associate.
Was it love at first sight?
No. No, it was interest at first sight, because
Thinking
I had
is
this
very
preconceived
interesting.
notion about
Why don't people
who
just
this guy was gonna
do
be,
a stream of
because,
consciousness?
I'd read his biography, but then he came in
Don't get
that
it.
first day, and he was cuter than he looked on his picture, so I was impressed. And we went to lunch, and we actually had a good conversation. He was interesting. He was self-deprecating. He was funny, and his background was just amazing.
And when did it become, how long did it take to become something more than that?
Well, I was persistent, so I asked her out, and she said no. She was taking this whole advisory thing too seriously. Eventually, she gave in. I took her to Baskin Robbins for ice cream. That sealed the deal.
When they first got married 16 years ago, they lived at her parents' home on Chicago's South Side.
Right here is my mother-in-law's house, the house that Michelle grew up in, and we lived on the second floor before we could afford our own apartment. I studied the bar up in that little alcove right up there, and so my mother-in-law still lives here. This is the favorite place to hang out for my two daughters. They still love coming over to Grandma's house, where she basically lets them get away with anything they want.
The Obamas now live in this house on the edge of the University of Chicago campus, where Michelle was an executive with the
Okay, I'm not even paying attention to this, but that was good.
The two girls, Sasha and Malia, were 5 and 8, and they were the ones who let us in when we rang the doorbell.
Does your dad do this every weekend?
Used to.
What else does he make besides tuna fish?
Chili, and that's it.
What about my delicious cheese toast?
I guess that, yeah. Cheese toast.
You don't think that qualifies as cooking? Huh? Listen, I actually used to cook before.
It goes so perfect. Like when he talks, the kids, everything.
The two girls were interested in their father's campaign only to the extent that it influenced their campaign.
Just people talking. Like imagine like a movie with no visuals, just that audio track, and that's it. Put it with lo-fi music. And with the music, you kind of get like an interesting understanding, a new layer of understanding what's going on, like emotional connection.
Michelle was always the harder sell.
Does it put strains on the marriage from time to time?
Oh no.
Absolutely, it has.
Should you let him go ahead and do this?
Yeah, absolutely. I think if I weren't married to him, I'd want him to be in there. So I don't want to stand in the way of that because we have to work out a few things. So we've had those arguments, and
I've lost him.
Well, we were with him at George Mason, and it was like a rock concert. I mean, people were mobbing him. Do you understand this charisma thing? You see it?
Yeah, I do. I'm not moved in that way.
But you were saying the other day that
yeah, this is the content I need to make. I found my content. This is my content.
Barack Obama.
Because like for me, if I talk about all this and like play that game, I'm truly being self, because like I'm creating stuff every second, every minute. I'm doing a new idea, and it's like that's being true to yourself. It's your originality. So if you put all that together, it's like, oh, that's perfect.
Is he competitive?
Oh yeah, no, he doesn't like to lose. Yeah, no, he's a competitor. He's an athlete. You know, even playing a pickup game, even playing Scrabble. He likes to win.
This is a tough question to ask, but a number of years ago, Colin Powell was thinking about running for president. And his wife, Alma, really did not want him to run because she was worried about some crazy person with a gun. Has that been a factor? I mean, have you talked about that? Is that something that you think about?
I don't lose sleep over it because the realities are that, you know, as a black man, you know, Barack can get shot going to the gas station. You know, so
Yeah, right now I'm talking to Afro about what I'm thinking, like for a stream idea, and like doing all this type of talk, and it's like, yeah, but it's like hard to decide. But it's like if people are like stargazing, stuff like that, it's like you put that in the middle of the both extremes, like you really get that. So like, I think that would work perfectly. I don't see it not working out.
I know that I haven't spent a lot of time learning the ways
This
of
is the
Washington,
perfect background stuff.
but I've been there long enough to know that the ways of
So it's like if you want to do even crazier stuff on top of it, you know, it's like if you want to be lazy or you want to get really going.
To witness the occasion, Obama's 2-year audition before the American people had begun.
This else is okay. He's decent. Why would you do down there? That never works. Just do near. It's so bad. Oh my god. Like half of what this guy does is like, nah, fam. You don't know what you're doing. I don't know. Fog could be a lot better. I don't think it's the best in this. Yeah, no, he's not. He's okay. Like you can't figure out like Zelda stuff. Like Zelda's very easy to read and like figure out what she has and tools and everything. Like I feel that's because that's like why I made her. Like I made her, and it's like that's why I understand what's going on. But it's like that's the thing. If you practice every character and like see what they can do and what they can't do, you know every matchup, and you can always change your playstyle per character, like instantly. You just have background info.
We were waiting backstage just moments after the most
I don't think people are doing that.
joined by his vice presidential choice, Joe Biden, had given the biggest speech of his career.
Did you ever doubt it was going to happen?
Of course.
When?
Well, let's see. About a year ago, we were down 30 in Iowa.
The mix between these two, I can't do it now.
That it could happen.
Ah.
I never doubted that if we were able to mobilize the energy that you saw in that stadium all across the country.
I knew it was going to happen before he did. I was running like the devil. I watched. I thought I was pretty good, but I watched. This guy just sort of grabbed the lightning, you know, just grabbed it. And you could tell, Barack, I tell you, my team knew. I knew in August.
By the time we continued the conversation with them the next day in Pittsburgh, the political landscape had already changed.
Like, when I heard Obama say, like, Steve in that way, it's like, I thought of an apartment, you know, like, back in the day. It's like that type of memory, but then you think about, like, what actually happened. It's, like, very different. It's, like, how you understand them at interpersonal level through your experience, like, what you've seen, and trying to find the connection between that, and, like, guess at their character and truly understand them. So it's like, you try to pick up stuff like that, and that really says a lot. It's a full you thing. It's like, if you decipher that puzzle, you get the answer. It's kind of a hard puzzle, but I don't know. If you get used to it, you're really good at it. I used to read like phenomenal. Now it's like, I guess it's on sleep mode, and so when I do it, it's like, oof, I do it. It shouldn't be used every day.
Certainly Senator Obama was aware of that.
I'm confident. Everybody's aware of it.
Right.
What about you? How's the stream?
Strengths too: foreign policy experience and a connection to the blue-collar workers in states like.
It was like, oh wait, and like they're going away, and I don't know, it's make the sound effects and words and just make it work perfectly.
So Mike, time out a second.
My question is, Senator,
I've got to defend my bowling honor here. It is true that my bowling score left something to be desired. The reason I was there was to campaign, and we had great fun. But here's the bottom line. I wouldn't have been elected to the United States Senate out of Illinois, which is 12%.
Yeah, so you have to combine that, make that content of just the audio, and then you make it with the visual, and that's like the next level of it. But you do both simultaneously based off the audience. Like if you want to do more creativity or the other person, you know. And with that, you can also just play in the car. It's like, oh, that's great. And you're home if you watch it, like, oh, that's really cool too. It's like you get that balance as well based off how much time you spend doing other things. Or like working out, you listen to it, stuff like that. Not like visual.
Presidential candidate with 47 days left till the election.
To win both markets, and they will go for the other content. It's unified.
That might make the difference in carrying this battleground
Ooh,
state.
double bagger. So clean.
John McCain actually said that if he's president,
This guy's so
he'll take
good.
on, and I quote, the Old Boys Network in Washington. I'm not making this up. This is somebody who's been in Congress for 26 years. The Old Boys Network. In the McCain campaign, that's called a staff meeting.
By then, McCain's campaign was
Obama's a savage.
The emerging crisis on Wall Street had broken his post-convention momentum.
Oh, that would be an interesting fire, but I don't think that would work. I don't know why he decided to like attempt that. Like what? If that actually works, that would be so stupid.
What changed?
Well,
What? He could have up here than air launch, but whatever. Especially with the less lag now. Oh, that's why they did that. So for that setup, that's like the best execution for that balance patch. That was good. He's like, oof. Oof. Okay, let's see. Sounds like oof. And that's just like, yeah.
That clarity was in part responsible for Obama's resurgence in the
Ah, do you like that? It's great.
Saddled with the unpopularity of the Bush administration and much less money to spend, would never regain the lead. But there were still questions about Obama's lack of executive experience.
Why do you think you'd be a good president?
Well, I think that when you think about the challenges we face, these are challenges that require us to look forward and not backwards.
Yeah, I just, why you? I mean, why do you think you would be?
It's fun. Like Jaden's trying to do this too.
I think
He just wants to do his own works and it's like own things, but it's like he's making it too hip hoppy. Just make it more simple with lo-fi and you win. Like that's the beauty of it all. It's like he's trying to get the middle of it. It's like, fam, the middle doesn't work. You have to do one or the other. The world isn't ready right now for that. It's like no one would want that for appeal. Make it more simple so it's easy for you and everyone else. And people, if they want to do it on top of it, that's an easy route after.
That is somebody who understands what it's like.
What was I talking about again?
On election day, Obama took states that Democrats hadn't carried in decades, including Indiana, North Carolina, Virginia, and Nevada.
Oh yeah, James.
And on an unseasonably warm and
Like,
thoroughly
he knows what he's doing.
November night,
He's getting there. Yeah, I don't think he's going to do it, but he's trying to perpetuate that idea, like style. I think people will make it a lot better after he starts it, you know, like he's the trendsetter by like the dumbest way possible, the simplest way possible, and you just make it a lot better, but you can say all that's similar. So if people somewhat get used to him, you can get used to that. So it's like that's how you kind of get the appeal of both stuff. I like the perfect little boom you win. You get a bunch of audiences combined.
Mantra for the general election was that we were going to.
Like, why don't people just mix very simple things to look like the essentials why people like a certain amount of content, combine them with another big part that's very similar, and like trying to figure out a way to combine it. You're done. Like that's how you get like super trends. You know, super groups. Like that's. You're just abusing the media game and making it like, yeah, you have to work to make it perfect, but after you do, you win. Like any idea afterwards, like any like type of content mixture and everything, you just have the creative idea, boom, a whole entire thing will be after it. Trend, like you create trends and like ideas and everything, boom, you create that. Everyone follow it, everyone do it, and then you make another one because you have 50 ideas how to do this, and everyone can't even think of one because they're so into the trend. So like you're already on top of the game, so you got it automatic. When that's done, do another one. You do like no work, and you make years of content and appeal by just understanding when the trend starts and dies and how to make it start. And then like you say all of it in the beginning, right? Like you like make a fake Twitter, right? And like say, oh, I think this is gonna happen. It's like, no, you're crazy. That person actually was doing everything in the background. Like that's actually the leader of everything, like with ideas. And it's like the biggest troll of all time. Everyone's like, oh, I'm gonna listen to this guy now. And like they'll never understand the connection. Because like, what? That would be stupid. Why would he be doing that? They think it's a different person because if it's not, they would be scared because then it's like no one like me can understand what's going on. So it's like you're giving that false promise of like trying to understand it, like trying, you know, it's like you play the game so well. Just play that game, making trends in every way possible. Dominate market. I don't know why people these days are trying to change trends so fast. It makes it worse. You're profiting if you make it last longer. I don't get it. Just make a better trend. People are getting so lazy, and then after that, it's like we go through trends so easy because like we all know they're not gonna be that great, not that creative. But ones that are, it's like they stick around. You know, like the old school ones. And if you just keep doing that, it's easier to make it more recognizable as everyone understands it. There's change every time. It's like, yeah, you get mini cloud, but it's like it doesn't matter. So if you're the king of making good trends and perfect trends, you're done. You win life. With like media and everything, like, you know, it's like you already outsmarted everything through media. And so, and that's like, I guess, successful, but it's like, I don't know, some parts about that's like, I don't like it, you know? Like, yeah, you'll succeed, but it's like, you not feel good about it afterwards. I guess that's what I do. Yeah, I've always done that. Huh. I always think of like that layer. And I'm just like, that's how that works.
Do they know about these projections that we're making?
Since this news has broken about Ohio.
Oh, I understand that now. Okay. I'm understanding a lot of things now. And like how things work. Like how I think and how I process like normal. Like how that all works. It's very different. It's very different. This all is pretty good though. Like zombies, like I would never use it, but hey.
Barack Obama is projected to be the next president of the United States of America.
Ah, that's great.
NBC News calling for the Democratic candidate.
ABC News is now ready to project that Barack Obama will carry the state of California, carry other states in the West. Barack Obama will be the...
Why does the music and the speech go so good together? It's completely random occurrence, and it's working. Like, tell me people it actually put in work and like figure this out. Come on, it's genius. It's simple on simple. Like, it's so obvious. What's up, Green? How's it going? How's life? How's it been? Because if I talk too much, it's like, that's also the appeal about it. At the same time, it's like, okay, I need like a break, I guess. Like, I need to take a, like, you know? So you don't burn out and you like alternate between the two. You know? That would be like perfect level of in between. That's why having reading chat, it's nice. It's like, okay, find the perfect layer balance to make sure you're not tired out. To do too much at once, like, okay, I'm gonna tire out really quick. It's gonna be really good, but I'm gonna tire out super quick. I don't want to just burn out. So it's like the perfect formula for burnout, and you're done. Because when you do burnout, it takes so long to recover. You can just prevent that altogether. Boom, you're done. Like, you change the music and the visuals, so it's like you speed up and slow down until it hits. You know, just speed up and slow down until it goes with the music. Boom. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Edit this man so it's faster, slower, add new effects, change the beat, make it match together perfectly. You're done. And then have the speech with the sound effects as background. So it's like it gives more personality, more personal thought behind it all, and understanding. So it makes it like, I guess that's what feel like of it simple. It's like you understand it more because it's simple, and you can think of it more. Because not everyone jam packs it at once. It's like, that's why it's like, oh, sorry, it's like everyone writes a million stuff about it in different angles and what they think. It's like, yeah, because they jam pack so much. But it's like, if you also just keep it simple and just mass produce a lot and it takes no effort, why not? Like, you get lasting content. Yeah, it sets out forever, but like, it's you kind of need both. Just have one that people get used to. It's like, you have to mix up. Ooh. It's having like that transition, perfect time. Perfectly timed. Why does this go so loud? You kind of say who's the audience and who's the narrator based on situation and pressure and who has the lead. Kind of make that connection with your head. And also the tone of the beat. If you mix it well together, all of it so it's perfectly tuned, it'd be beautiful. Like, yeah, it creates some creative stuff, but it's still pretty easy. That's how I think so. Oh wait, we don't know if that goes in the chat because didn't try to other sheets. I feel like you want to go show that up. This is a fun stream. Stream for almost 2 hours. Yeah, like changes music because they're in between matches. It's like the adding would be they change, you know, like you're still taking the same years, adding something to it for different, like what's going on and time placements. You like it's basically DJing. You're DJing lo-fi to a speech to what's going on visually all at the same time. Like you put up the visuals for your DJing to it. I mean creative like that. Or you just combine, like make simple formats or, you know, it's like you put in the effort of combining all these things. But when you do it all, it's perfect. So it's like, it's a little bit more work, but it's like you can master and like figure out pretty easily how to keep doing it. It's just a small investment. See, it's like they go slower with the music and then they start commentating. Stuff like that. And you make those transitions as DJing. Stuff like that, like instant, you know, it's like you're instantly making music and stuff like that based off through visuals, and you're just DJing and making that stuff immediately. Like you're that good at music and like setting the mood to all of it and like reading the mood over and the game and everything. If you can read all of it, you combine all of that to media platform and format, and you win because you copied what everyone's looking for so many places. Of pure creativity, people are like, oh, I'm trying to get creative by hearing every single type together, so you can win all of the market of being creative and like being an inspiration. Does that make sense? If you, it's like ink. It's like you master all the elements. Everyone's gonna want like water bend, fire bend, stuff like that, like the right way. And it's like if you can do all the creativity parts all together, you get that. And then boom, you're done. Like you can do all your own content will be perfect, but you can also make pre-made content like this, put that into that formula, make it work. Like it's a lot less work and it still works, you know, it's like people are still gonna watch it. The quality might not be perfect, but people do not know any of this. You know what I'm saying? Like no one's done this before. So if you do that first, like people understand and like think it's good right now because it's so different and so in. So you make it better because you already know the game plan. Boom. You win that longevity of goal, what you want to do with your content, ideas, and creativity, and you mix it. You know, it's like you lengthen it perfectly with your like you developing and that perfect art. And once you do the perfect art, it's like you're set for life. Like it will, like Disney will hire you to like make stories. You know, like someone will be like, I want this guy. I want this guy. Because you changed the story, right? It's perfect. Oh, come on. Oh, that was pretty good. It was risky, but it was good. I should go to one of these. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this one's local in Chicago. Oh, this is from Helps. I get that now. Appearance really does matter with personality. Just like what people have, like your people's first impression, how you look, and like how every feature of you is, and like paints that image. The closer you paint to that, it creates a very interesting effect, because everyone's gonna be like, oh, everything's perfect. They're never gonna assume anything's different and you perfect all of that. But it's like you're still yourself. You're just very hidden, so you understand the game, and like you're not showing your cards because you already get it. You're just showing like you don't. Like people don't get like not being dumb and like just not being seeming of anything is the smartest option. People don't get that. I used to do this more. Like I was like 15, 16, something like that. I see this all the time. It was crazy. I get back to this. Like, forgot to make it permanent again. I think I just overdid and did burnout, because I could never understand like the perfect balance between everything. But now it's like, oh, now I get the value, or like the perfect amount. You know, it's like trying to see the roadmap ahead. So I knew that would be good. Very nice. This was perfect. See, it's like this. They're already doing it with the news. Like, they're already setting them where they're saying everything. Like, just forget about the stage, just think about the old stuff. People are already doing this concept. But they're only doing to sell the situation and, like, let the music do everything else. It's like, okay, I don't want to do that much audio, I just want everyone to just imagine. But at the same time, it's like, most people aren't going to do it unless it's in front of their face. So you gotta make that link make more apparent. Or just straight up doing that. Or making it like half of it. And it's like, it's very good to get people being creative. But it's like, if you're not really creative to begin with, it's not going to work for you. So you make it so like you barely need creativity and still get an image. So it's easier for everyone else. When you do that, it's like you're still being creative by like going back and like explaining it all. Like you really understand yourself like when you go back like that. And like making things more aware of what you're doing. Because like you kind of win in both sides of self-help and like help others. But yeah, stuff like that, that's interesting. It's like you mix those things, all of these things together, it's like I guess that's kind of how I am. but just like seeing everything, just by like seeing someone, you can see everything, like who they are, just by how they look, because everyone's so unique, everyone's person is unique. So it's like you figure out the perfect, like what they are, you know, just like the perfect reads, and just seeing people for the first time, you know, like understanding who they are, like you just get it, you just understand media, like it's like a skill. And yet that's like, oh, it's so, like you could do so much, but I also did that too much at once. I kind of lost the purpose of that and burned out. I said a lot more. But I don't know if I'm like so used to it, or it's just like it's burnout, but also at the same time I might just be like, you're just so used to it, what's the point? So I'm just like, I can't really go back into that, but you know, it's like you're going too advanced or too much. And I'm just like, hard to revert. When you go back, when you're already doing that, that's when you get it. Yeah, what do you guys think of this stream? Is it good? It's like when they finish and the middle of the crowd goes perfectly with the stocks. I don't know. It just connects so well. Just mix everything together of understanding of it. It's, I don't know. It's like your own content's your brain. You know? Your brain's your content. That's literally it. Your brain's content. That's a normal person's content that we're so used to, but it's like at the same time there's gonna be a day where no one gets that, and then when they do that, it's like boom, it gets big. So it's different again. It's like when we actually stop thinking, but then again we stop thinking in different ways as well, because that's what everyone tries to do, that simple mind, but like in a dumb way. So when you do it the smart way and then get to it, people are forgetting it. Stream of conscious, because no one's conscious anymore. That's how the future, it's like this content is what's going to be probably not in my lifetime big, but in one lifetime it's going to be amazing in the future. Perfect combination. I don't know when it's gonna happen, you know, I can't predict that. I just know it's gonna be good. I like know how everything's gonna look at the perfect timing when it shows up.
And what he learned was that by discovering his own story, he would come to know what is remarkable about his country.
My grandparents, they grew up in Kansas, right in the center of the heartland. They were growing up during the Great Depression. They weren't complainers.
Ooh. Took life and that happens. It's like, what is the coincidence? You know, it's like, this just works too well. Just makes this content perfectly, make sure it goes perfectly. Boom, you're just like, whoa, what's going on? You know, it's like you're trying to understand things on so many different levels, but it's all the same thing. It's like the perfect blend. It's like it really teases every part of your creative side. If you get all in one, that's perfect. Like you got it. You know, you maxed out. If you don't, and you're just better, like, or you just like only one place more, you get that from it because it does every single type of creative, being creative, imagination. You mix all that and you're done. Very simple. Oh, that's cool how they did that, like, kind of like Persona, like the black and stuff. It looks clean how they did that. I just like more angled, because that angle doesn't work either, but it's okay. I'm so good at getting up. See, like, people make such great ideas, but they never perfect them. Just perfect ideas, because people think it's like, oh, it's so perfect. And it's like, nah, I just took an idea, just made it better, like changed it a lot with my ideas. So it's like you create another thing, but people are, already kind of they're already in the loop, like they would understand what's going on, because it's for that type of content. But you're also being so different where it's like, oh, this is so original, no one does this. It's like you find that sweet spot. Make yourself your own ideas mixed with others of what's popular. That's how you change it. You get the perfect sweet spot. Like Jaden's trying to do the sweet stuff, but he's not making it. He does sometimes, but he's not doing it all the time. But he's doing pretty good. Wait, is that Stamos on a shirt? Who is that on a shirt? It's not MJ. I like love that, and it's like, I don't know, you can edit all of this and make sense of what they're saying, or like find, I don't know, they just perfectly are in sync right now. It's very weird. You make everything in sync. Ooh, why would you do that though? Why would you? Obviously, he was trying to hit him, which wouldn't be that fine unless he really didn't see it. Like, come on. And come on, you knew that wasn't gonna work. You do it back there. This guy's not that. He's okay. But no, it's just selling stuff he does. Like, man, if you don't know the perfect tech for it, just like don't do it. I don't like, people can play a lot simpler and get better results. People just like to make things complicated. I don't understand why. Like, characters with easy setups are like very easy to play. Like Ness is all easy setups. Like actually, people just like to be complicated for no reason. Like just do the simple formula, you win. It's not hard. People, I don't want people to make it hard. There's no point to it. Like if everything's simpler, everything's easier. Because with that, you can also imagine make more creative, something simple. It touches that creative side and what you like. Because you can think of different stuff on top. But even completely story stuff, it's like you're telling a narrative and everything, but like a different type. You put more empathy, but you take out more thought, and like that type of understanding. So that's, I guess, the appeal to empathy or understanding things for yourself and like your perspective. I guess everyone just does one thing, because you know, like not everyone does for self. And it's like I think that's why everyone's there right now, because like everyone's already involved and already doing that. So when you mix the two together, you get the answer. Yo, what's up, BJ? What's up, Rap? But yeah, that's what. Anyway, let's close the door. Anyway, yo, what's up, BJ? But yeah, I feel like content now, because everyone makes it so detailed, that's for personal, like their vision, their everything. If you make it simple, you let the people do everything, but you do it in a way where people won't actually, like, can put it into visuals if they want, and it's like their creative side, or you just make it simple and people have to make their own story, like what they understand. If you just make it that perfect thing, it's like you do the least amount of work and most execution, like the perfect amount. It's like you're taking, like, people will understand you for the idea, not really for idea, like for the base idea, the most simplest form. It's like that's your content, the simplest form, and then people copy that and make it their individual, like trends. Like they add different stuff, they add different connections. Just make it like interpersonal, and that's it. You win. It's a very easy formula. Ginger, is that where you went? Is that where you went, Ginger? Oh my god. Not playing that right now. Not playing that right now. That was oof. Big oof. Let me do something.
Ourselves and each other. Make sure the opportunity's there.
Give me 1 second. Oh, you went to go. What's going on? I need to check something real quick, guys. I'm sorry about this. Also, rip the EJ. Rap, are you still in here? Because I feel like everyone's doing that EJ stuff, and it's like, oh. Okay. That's all it's fixed. What's it called? But yeah, I thought the best content, like 5 different times. Different types of content. Versus speeches with lo-fi or jazz. Then you mix it with visuals, like a game or something like that. And you also, like, you just add more layers that just go together well, because they're so simple and they're the best of that art. Like the perfect formula of that. JTH was like, oh, you like so yeah, it was basically to let me change the audio so it makes more sense. So like this.
It wasn't easy for him, and he did make mistakes. Remember lots of folks felt that
Where's the audio? So you mix this speech and stuff like that, and mix with that. That's what gets really good. I mean, trash. And then after you combine that, then you make a visual, like you can put Smash or another content or animation, whatever. You could do like an AMV, whatever, like the anime music video, AMVs. You can do that with it. People aren't doing that much. Like, I feel like someone must have, but like, it needs to be exposed more. It's very easy too. You did that, and then you make like actual anime, like do different stuff with that as well. And like that would be a whole team project. Like that would be like a Gilby type of style movie, you know, like add everything perfect. Because Gilby's like very simple, but it's very like gets to you. But if you just leave that mostly to the people and barely do anything, like it still works. And people like that's like the next like, oh, this is really different and cool. 'Cause, you know, that's the next audience. It's genius. I did. You did game mode creative, right? Minecraft's awesome. Like I have my own server now that I pay for, and it's very good. And it's like $36 a year, so it's not that bad.
Everything in front of me, and then I got really sick. I started to see doctors, and I went to specialists, and it was that time they discovered I had Lyme disease. After a year of going through tests, my medical bills were about $50,000.
You DJ and yeah, at the same time. Yeah, that, oh my god, that combo of days is broken. Like, people learn Daisy like that and like actually perform everything at attorney. Because at the same time, it's like, what are situations is going to be like that when you make that stuff perfectly at those percents? You know, it's like, it's amazing, but it's like, it's kind of hard to start with. That's when you need to learn a bunch of different options. It's like one person made an option, like that's great, that's amazing, but it's like, you need good stuff in every level. That's kind of like my next about this. It's like every level is good. At least that's why I like it. It's very easy to play for him because he has those options throughout the layers. At least how I play it, he can go as well. What I want. Oh yeah, GTH still does it. I still didn't see the links for that. I keep that. We gotta be. Okay, now see when you do music ads, it kills it. No, this is it. This is it. You. I just want speeches, yo. I don't. There we go. I don't want no BS. Ads, I don't know if I just not work together. I'm sorry. It's not go. Oh, it's triple time. What did you see that? I didn't watch it live because I was doing delivery at work, but I saw it after because YouTube kept striking them down like immediately. It's like really family people are uploading it. And I saw him like, no, I want Travis to like do the stuff. Like, no, like I know Travis is gonna be there. It's like really sick of him. I was like, come on, man, could have picked a different one. Or like do something that's not. I don't know. Doesn't really work well with the mood for most viewers, I would believe. Like how they chose that. It's like obviously they're appealing to a younger generation, but it's like also mostly old people, like older people are gonna watch it. Their ideals. So it's like I don't know. Hard to market it. Like they're trying way too hard. So they try to connect with the younger. It's just like nah, it doesn't work. Just do what you're good at. We'll get it one day. Yeah. No, what I'm saying is the reason why it doesn't resonate for us is because they overdid it. The media overdoes everything now for like younger audience stuff. Like that's all they talk about. It's like no, talk about what you guys talk about. Because most people are gonna be watching Benny. Like who's gonna be paying for all this? people who pay to watch sports. Like, they're that older audience because they have money to be able to afford ESPN and all this. Focus that market. Don't. Why do that? It's like, yeah, you're trying to get young people, like trying to get parents to pay for it. It's like, at the same time, it's like, your thing is good enough. Like, you're messing up because you're trying too hard. You're trying to get everyone when it's not viable, especially in sports market. People are not understanding that. They don't get how easy their job actually is. Like, it's boring, and that's why people try to make it different. But it's like, come on, man. Like, that's your whole entire like gig. If you didn't like it, it's like, why you started that way? Don't make your like sort of refresh. Don't say it's the same when it's not. It's a different thing. Like, it will still succeed. You just have to make different channels, like different subjects that you talk about. You just convert everyone. It just like a lot of people got off people after gaming. People went back on like afterwards when they rediscovered it. You know, it's like, do you really want that transition and last that long and that much detrimental? Like, you just make separate stuff. Oh, that's why I think. Really take that channel, rename it, and like change the name, whatever, and keep it back. But you keep the subs. Like, it subs if you make a second channel like that, like a parent channel, you get sub to it automatically. To both. If you start doing on the other ones, like, they still have a collection because they're still sub, they can easily access. You get the new one if you like the new content. If you don't like the new content, you just unsub. It's like, if you figure out that, if like YouTube did that, it would encourage doing different ideas with different points of like what you want to do with your content in different channels. Because YouTube's the ones who get to watch content, the watch time. So like, for them, anything works. Whatever is better, they don't really care. Better for them with that. But it's like, you change that formula, tweak it, make the idea for YouTube. Boom, you're done. Add a parent channel. What do you think about that, JT? The idea? It's crazy.
It is that promise that's always set this country apart. That through hard work and sacrifice, each of us can pursue our individual dreams, but still come together as one American family to ensure that the next generation can pursue their dreams as well. That's why I stand here tonight.
I guess why I understand like why Dr. Phil is so popular, because they make the formula very simple. But if you just make it slightly harder, you get more appreciation. It's like, you literally do less work and get better. I don't get it. Don't get it. Some people just try too hard or something. Where it's like, the more simpler options, better. Most of the time, it's like, it's just easy. But eventually you get tired of it. That's the thing. It's like, you burn off the... Yeah. So then you miss the other side as well. That's basically it. The music goes with the speech so perfectly with the tone. People just need to make that into content. You just listen to that, you know, and like, you can play something else on. It's like, things are meant to be played on top of each other, but like, no one communicated and said like, hey, this actually works. Everyone just like, I'm gonna do my own thing. No one combined the best of all in the simplest form. People are slacking by having people figure this out. It's so easy. People really like to be complicated, don't they? I guess that's how people are trying to figure it out, but in a different way. Not in the best way. It's different, but come on. It's prone to fail. Like more prone, at least for a negative. The perfect balance of everything. It's really hard to achieve. Because even everything simple, it's like you still need balance as well. Like, it's not a balance, but if you don't balance it, it's nothing. The change with the clapping and everything is just, it's too perfect. Am I just lucky or something that all of this is working? Like the playback, like what? Like sometimes the game matches the music and the everything, but it's like it doesn't really need to. Like you don't really need visuals. It's basically the same thing. You can have visuals, but like you gotta make them good, and that would be like the next. So you can do the same content within car, and if you're home watching TV, you're combining all that. You covered 2 platforms that seem perfectly, and it's like another layer of creativity on creativity. It's simple, everyone can get on board of. And it's like the cheering, like who's gonna win. Like, yeah, the favorite, like the cheering. What else can we say? You know, like all of that goes together so perfectly. That's weird.
Senator McCain likes to talk about judgment.
What have I been streaming for? Okay. Listen, I think I'm gonna wrap it up soon. It's been a minute. Streaming for almost 2.5 hours. So when it hits, I don't know, like maybe either for like 10 minutes, like I don't know. 14 minutes, not a minute, I'm done. I can't tell. And I got some good stuff. Ooh, fuck, that's thanks. I got like 3 stuff. It's not a lot. Yeah. You've also time like you don't actually have to explain everything, but just kind of do that fast. Or if you read it after, that kind of helps too. Understanding, because you got the basic form. I feel like we should learn summaries and then like more detail after, because it gives context and it gives like what you're expecting. But you get, you know, it's like you don't have to understand that part of it, so it makes it easier for people to grasp complex ideas. We can combine the two. It's so weird how Snake walks up there. MAD is pretty good with Snake. That's a message trying. Someone would. He's playing dumb. Like he's playing safe and dumb at the same time with upbeat. Like fam, don't do it. It's not a good move. Just PK fire. Like, come on. He hasn't used PK fire yet. I'm just like, what are you doing? against a snake? Are you kidding me? Like a grenade can't PK fire. I'm like, peek. Oh, son. Yeah. Okay. 2 minutes. Right. Fix this. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So it's been a good stream. It's been good. But yeah, I'm gonna call it here because it's been 2.5 hours. That's pretty long, especially if like people want to watch back. I was, oh, I don't want to make it that bad, you know. But yeah, peace.